Start by soaking crayons in a dish of warm water to help loosen the paper. Set an oven or toaster oven to 350 degrees and line a muffin tin with foil, creating a cup for each color you'll be using. Have your brushes, a tray, and some taper-style candles ready. You'll want to start painting as soon as the crayons are melted. Working carefully but quickly, paint your design onto your candle, working all the way around and filling in any bare spots. You'll also want to keep the melted crayons in a liquid state while you're working. You can do this one of two ways. If you have a toaster oven, simply keep the muffin tray in the toaster oven and work on your designs nearby. Or you can light a few tea lights under a wire rack and place the foil cups with the melted crayons on the rack. This works perfectly to keep the crayons melted while you're painting. You can keep your design simple with one color, or layer a few colors like we did with the Santa hats and Christmas trees. If the bottom layer starts to bleed through the top, simply let it harden and then add some more of the second color to cover. Bundle a pair of finished candles with some pretty ribbon, and you're ready to give a fun and unique gift.
Grab some small bottle brush trees from Dollar Tree and a candle with a lid of your choice. I mixed some baking soda with some white school glue to create some faux snow. Grab a clear ball ornament that opens and trace one side on top of the lid with a pencil. Then I used a craft stick to apply my faux snow mixture inside of that pencil circle. You'll want to spread this out close to but not over that pencil line. Once I had the mixture spread out, then I went in and started adding my bottle brush trees, just pushing them down into this faux snow mixture. Once the bottle brush trees were arranged, I let this dry for a few hours. I added some gel super glue to that pencil line, and then I covered this with the half piece of the ornament. To finish it off, I added some gold velvet ribbon around it and tied a bow. I hope this inspired you to create your own.
Start by taping some white tissue paper onto the front of some white bond paper. Then we're going to take an image that we really like, and we are going to feed this through our printer and print out our images. And so we are doing ours in a Christmas theme. Next, we're going to cut off the tape area, and you're gonna see that I printed this Merry Christmas one over onto the tape, but I reprinted it for you guys for this project. And we're gonna cut out each of our images so it's only the tissue paper. We don't need all the extra white around it. So like for the Santa example, I cut as much of the white remaining paper off of that. Then we are going to cut out all the remaining pieces, and then we're going to start adding them onto our candles. You're going to grab a plain white candle, any size you want, and we're going to use a heat gun. If you don't have that, you can use a blow dryer. And what we're going to do is we're going to start by placing our piece, our image, right on the candle, making sure that it's not over the top. See, I wanted it to go down just a little so it's in the perfect spot. Now we're going to grab some wax paper or some freezer paper. Mine's a freezer paper, so one side has the wax on it and one side doesn't. So the wax side you want right on top of your image. Then we take our heat gun and we keep heating it. You're going to start to see the image come through. And I'm just going to put that to the side just for a moment while I do the next one. This one, I just decided to test it out if I was just to take the heat gun and the tissue paper and put that on there first. And that seemed to work really well. You'll see that the wax kind of penetrates through the really thin tissue paper and it adheres right to the wax, which is really amazing. I mean, look how cute that candle is, by the way. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our Santa candle and we are going to peel off that freezer paper, and it reveals our beautiful Santa candle. I love this image on here. I got this image just right from Canva, FYI. And then I just added the heat gun just a little more. And for our last candle, I decided to combine both techniques. So I put the image down and used the heat gun and put that right onto there so it melted the wax and it adhered. And then I took our freezer paper. Remember, you can use just straight wax paper, but I put the freezer paper on there and then use the heat gun again, and then peel that off to reveal a super cute Merry Christmas candle. I think these turn out so fantastic. You could even put an image like, say, a baby picture for a gift. I think it would be adorable. This would also look great for a Hanukkah table in blue and white. I think that would look adorable. I think your imagination just goes wild with a project like this. And I hope you guys love it.
What can you do with faux snow and tea lights? Let's see. You want to open the tea light package and remove your tea lights. Pull gently on the wick to pull it out of the little tin container. Place as many tea lights as you think you need in the saucepan. I will tell you, melt more than you think you need. I had to do it twice. And bring the water to a boil. And once it's boiling, you want to adjust it to a high simmer. While your candles are melting, make sure you have 2 pieces of parchment or wax paper on a half-sheet pan. Then remove the container with the melted wax from the heat and let it rest for a few minutes. Pour enough wax on the parchment paper to surround your cookie cutter, and then set your cookie cutter on the wax and press down. This step seals the wax around the cookie cutter. At this point, I realized I needed more wax, so always melt more than you think you need. And after you've melted your wax and let it cool just a bit, fill in the cookie cutters almost to the very top. Now the wicks on the Dollar Tree tea lights are really short, so I waited to add them to the top layer of the wax, and that way they stood up better. Now to use my faux snow. For the last bit of wax, I added the faux snow from the Dollar Tree to the melted wax and stirred the mixture and poured that onto the very top layer of the wax that had already was almost set in my cookie cutters. I wanted a little shine, and I thought this would probably add some. Now let your cookie cutters sit for another, say, 10 minutes. And once that's done, you can pop off the excess wax from around your cookie cutters. Now I knew how I wanted to display my snowflake cookie cutters, so I left the candles in the metal cookie cutters, and you'll see why. So the first thing I did was place my cookie cutters, my snowflake cookie cutters, on a Pyrex pie plate. Then I surrounded them with more faux snow, making sure to get no snow under the cookie cutter candle. This is why I left the candles in the wax, because I knew I was going to surround it with snow. Next, I used one of my favorite silver trays. Be sure that it's polished. I took a length of garland and made it into a wreath shape and set it inside the tray. Then I set the pie plate inside the tray and added some little pink and blue small Christmas ornaments. What a pretty little display, and I can't wait for nighttime.
Let me show you how I turned a couple glass bowls and a shower curtain ring and a ring from a baby pacifier into these Pottery Barn dupes. So you start with glass bowls. It's super easy. An optional first step I recommend is to put 1 coat of spray paint and primer on the bowls. It's just going to help whatever you put on for your final layer to adhere better, and you won't have to use as much of it. I tried acrylic paint and rub and buff, and I wanted an aged look to the bells, and the acrylic was just too smooth. The rub and buff for the win almost every time. So with the rub and buff, I was able to put on 1 layer and achieve the aged look that I wanted. One little tip: paint the top rim of the bowl first, then use either a candlestick or I here use red Solo cups. Turn it over and then paint the bottom, the other side of your bowls. That way you won't mess up the rim and have to keep going back and touching up. Like I said, the acrylic paint wasn't my favorite. The rub and buff, I used gold leaf and copper, and 1 on each bowl, and it's beautiful. Here, I cut the ring off the pacifier and snapped a small piece of the shower curtain ring off, and then painted them and glued them after. Next, the wax. You could do this a couple different ways. Here I used wax cubes, melted them down on low to medium heat, continuously stirring so it doesn't burn, and then you pour that into the bowl that you're going to use for the bottom of your bell. For your wicks, you can get a tea light, you can get
a kit off of Amazon like I did here for these wicks that come with the sticker. You put those in first and then pour your wax in, and use the popsicle sticks with the hole to help make sure that your wicks stand up straight. The other option is to melt down candles you already have, maybe half used around the house. Pull out the wick once it's melted, put that in your bowl, and then pour the wax into your new bowl. Don't worry that the wax isn't smooth on top. Once you melt it the first time, it will dry or harden smoothly. And there you have it. Light and enjoy. I hope this inspires you to try your hand at some Pottery Barn bell-shaped candle dupes.
Do you need some ideas for easy gifting this holiday season? Then let me show you how to turn some inexpensive Dollar Tree candles into the perfect DIY gifts inspired by the flavors of the holidays. For the first DIY, I added 3 apple cinnamon candles to a saucepan filled with water. I took the pan to the stove and turned the burner to low-medium heat and allowed the candles to melt fully. This took about 10 to 15 minutes. Once the wick was glued in place, I wrapped the end of the wick around a pencil and rested the pencil on the edge of the glass. For this particular cup, I used about 2.5 candles worth of wax, or 7.5 ounces. I added a cinnamon stick to the side, followed by a dry orange slice, then a star anise, then allowed the candle to cool fully. For the second DIY gift, I added 4 eucalyptus candles to a saucepan filled with water, again making sure that there was 1 to 2 inches of the vessel above the water. Once the wax was fully melted, I removed the pan from the burner and allowed the candles to cool for 10 minutes. I poured 3 candles or 12 ounces worth of wax into the glass, then added 25 drops of peppermint essential oil. I allowed the wax to cool. I sprinkled some cocoa powder to the top, then added 2 mint leaves. For the last DIY gift, I added 3 vanilla candles to a saucepan, filled it with water, making sure there was 1 to 2 inches of the vessel sticking out, and then melted the wax over low-medium heat. Next, I added ground cinnamon to a plate, then applied super glue around the rim of the glass. I placed the rim of the glass into the cinnamon, making sure to cover the entire rim and a little bit on the sides of the cup. Once the wax was cool and the glue was dried, I poured the melted wax into the cup, then added 20 drops of sugar cookie essential oil. I let the wax dry fully until it changed color but wasn't fully solid, then added a cinnamon stick to the side of the cup and sprinkled the top with more ground cinnamon. I'm so excited about how these DIY candles came out that were inspired by some classic holiday drinks like mulled cider, the grasshopper, and eggnog.
Pick up a pack of these LED pillars from Walmart and we're going to turn them into Pottery Barn inspired candles. First up is the birch bark covered candles that are so popular right now. I went to the craft store and I found the perfect piece of paper. I'm going to cut it down to size, wrap it around the candle, and just secure it with a piece of tape. Now the top of these candles is curved a little bit, so I'm just going to use a craft knife to trim that off and make the paper match up perfectly with the edges of the candle. These give a really natural, rustic look to a Christmas mantle. These LED pillars have a wax coating on the outside, so you need a wax coating to do this. Then you're going to grab a hairdryer or a heat gun and a piece of burlap. I'm just going to heat up the wax until it just starts to melt. Then I'm going to wrap the burlap around the candle and apply pressure so I can get the pattern of the burlap onto the candle. I'm going to let this cool back to room temperature, and then I'm going to add some paint. Then I'm going to take a paper towel and just gently wipe some of that paint off so you can really see the beautiful texture that's left over. These candles have a really natural and rustic feel with a little bit of metallic gold peeking through. Grab a flameless candle and paint it gold. I'm going to cover the entire candle. Once it's dry, I'm going to come back in with a craft sponge and some metallic brown paint. I want to give this candle a vintage look, so it looks like it's a really old or antique candle. Now I have a set of candles that looks like they are covered in gold leaf. I love this look.
Let's make this adorable gingerbread house candle look for less. I grabbed a toy castle and spray painted it with Rust-Oleum white paint. I painted 2 coats and then I used brown acrylic paint for everything except the roof. I painted 3 coats of brown, letting it dry in between each coat. I used a small brush to get into all the nooks and crannies. Once that was dry, I painted the roof with white acrylic paint and I sprinkled glitter on top. I also painted a glass tray both sides with 2 coats of white acrylic paint. Once dry, I spread Mod Podge around the outside edge and I added glitter to it. When that was dry, I used hot glue to attach the glass plate to the top of the castle. I added a candle, and what do you think? I hope this inspires you to get creative with DIY gingerbread houses and candles. Thanks for watching Home Talk, and see you next time.